Well, hello, colleagues. This is Dr. Daryl D. Green, your dean at Langston School of Business. And I'm here to give you an update. We're going into the second week of July. I want everyone to not be surprised. So I am trying to give you an update of status. We have been working hard this summer. Some of you are enjoying yourself. We've been working hard this summer. And so just want to try to give you again an update of what you can expect so you can start preparing yourself now. So let me share my screen with you. I hope you can see your screen. So I'm very excited to have you as uh, a co-laborer working for Langston School of Business. I'm excited. This is my second semester at Langston. First semester, got a chance to understand the culture, spend a lot of time listening, and now it's time to go to work. So what I bring is the whole concept of how do you innovate, and hopefully, of course, you've been doing some of that, and so I'm going to try to accent in trying to connect with a Gen Z. So Gen Z is not an enemy. Students are not an enemy. Students are customers or our mentees, people that we coach, and that is the mindset of the dean. And I'm expecting all faculty to have that kind of mindset as we move into the future. So so here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about professional branding. Uh, I think it's important as you we move forward. I'm looking for lead faculty. That's going to be important. When I left my last institution, I was the lead. I was the lead for marketing. I was the lead for leadership. I had a certain specialty. I was an endowed professor. I'm hoping one day that all of my faculty will be lead faculties that will have that endowed ability. So that is the goal. Again, we're going to go to the profile for the website, Academic Veta. I do have a template that I have prepared that I'm going to share with you. Then we're going to talk a little bit about student centered. What does that mean? Some of you probably don't understand that. So I'm going to go through it. This is how I govern. And we're going to talk about curriculum design, the course syllabus. I have a new template that I shared last week. This week, I'm going to highlight certain sections that I want you to focus on, and looking at activities. How do you measure that what you have proposed in terms of tech students are doing it, and those are through instruments. And we're going to go through that in the next elements. So again, I'm not a rookie. I have 15 years in academics, but I have 27 years in the federal service, and I understand how to get manage projects and manage people. So now we're talking about how do we get our students in line. And again, you guys have a lot of experience. Not taking anything away from you. One of the things that I am going to accent is a learning organization that I am never satisfied. I'm always learning. And that is what I would like to have our faculty, adjuncts subscribe with that. That you got to be a learner. You got to be willing to take feedback and constructive criticism. And that is what we're trying to launch. We're trying to agree, trying to dominate a sector. And although Langston has a rich history in the Langston Business School of Business, we got to get back. We're not ranked. We're not ranked. We look when you do a Google search, Langston doesn't come up. School of Business. When you're talking about who's best popular majors, is not in the facts book. So there's a lot of we want to make we are going to dominate if you so choose in terms of trusting the vision that's being led ahead. So again, that vision is kept in being student centered. In the future, looking at 2035, there are going to be two types of institutions. One institution is going to be what we call high touch, your schools like your Harvards, your MITs. Students are going to go. Enrollment is going to continue to increase. You have that second tier of schools. It's uh, it's going to be mostly automated, short courses, uh, use of AI and other technologies, and it's going to be cheap. If you look at Mid American, you can take a course for $200-300, and your professor, how much money you're making. That is the future. I believe that is not our future. I believe that we have to do something different. We're gonna focus on the question I'm gonna ask each one of you: how's it in the best interest of our students, and what? And I want to ask you: put yourself in the student situation. How would you feel? That is what we're going to talk about student-centered approach. Again, entrepreneurial, thinking outside the box, I think is important. Pairing our students' career readiness. I already talked to several employers. We gotta get better. And we're gonna do that. Experimental learning allows students a chance to practice. And I'm actually suggesting you moving more from passive things. We just lecture, we do more engage, just more than question and answer. A global connection. We have faculty that have international experience. We want to leverage that. We're going to bring other people in across the world to help our students. Inclusive culture. So although we are HBCU, we're going to include everyone because we know what it's like to be marginalized and not being taken serious. I want a culture. I don't care what you look like. We're gonna treat you in the best condition because we value you. That is going to be a high attribute for the dean and for the business school. Again, high touch. We don't show students. Example of that, students. I met a family in Page Hall, and they were just walking around, didn't really know what they're going. And I said, you know what? Let me walk you through the success center so you can meet admissions. That is what I'm expecting. Just don't be. I want more engagement. Again, we are going to respect technology. We can't have low tech, but we're gonna try to integrate that. Again, a sense of community. We're in this town of Langston. Let's make a difference. So those are the visions of your dean. 2035. That you're gonna hear me talk about that a lot. So what am I talking about in terms of one of the things that I mentioned was about professional branding. I believe the future. A lot of times, professors look at. I hadn't had a raise. I'm waiting for the state. I'm waiting for the institution to give me. I believe that's gone. Uh, just recently, so this academic year, we had a budget cut and a budget cut on the board. I believe those things exist, and I believe you have to grow. You have to be able to innovate. And be honest with you, when my last institution had a base pay of 70,000, but my take home was over 100,000 because I'm an entrepreneur. Having that mindset with diverse levels of income, consulting work, creating new courses. That is that is what I'm looking for. 2035. That is what I'm building for. Faculties that are well rounded. Uh, teachers is a high point for them, but they're experts in their field. And so that is what's driving me. And one of the things I'm going to challenge you is LinkedIn. Having a LinkedIn profile, have a lot of opportunities. I've already been contacted by several individuals from my LinkedIn page, and they're offered me some incredible opportunities that I'm gonna pare down. And I one example, an opportunity to talk to people all across the world from the federal government on their dime. I have that opportunity, and I'm going to share that with faculty. But you got to have a LinkedIn profile. As I look at some of the faculty at Langston, I do a Google search, I can't find anything about them. So building your brand is very important. LinkedIn, I suggest someone pass out a LinkedIn checklist. You don't have to do it, but I'm saying that is what the faculties of the future, the ones that are going to be high touch, the ones that are going to be innovative. The other thing is the Langston website. We're trying to update that. Would like to have a photo. You want to include the photo, then you don't have a photo. But all our faculty and adjuncts, we're expecting them to have a professional photo, having their Veta available. That is an expectation thing. that you have that. So don't put your face down there. I don't know if you're wrong into something, but we're gonna be professional. We're gonna be like the MITs, the North Carolina A&T. They showcase. I want to showcase what our faculties are doing, so I can give them other opportunities to be successful. So that is the new model. Again, I've been doing research on this. I am building. We are building for the future. 2035. Remember that again. So building a culture of excellence and innovation is what my goal. My goal is to do that. Again, if you're not equipped, as I mentioned, I'm a hands-on dean. I am going to coach everyone that wants to be coached, that want to be better, whether you're full-time faculty or whether you're adjunct. I'm going to coach. I'm hands-on. I'm going to make sure that the courses in Canvas are done. No incomplete courses. Please do not do that because I'm going to send you back. That's a dean. Again, we're gonna have syllabus in there, syllabi in there. We're gonna do those things that are required of a culture that is excellent in innovation. So moving along. So let's talk about this is again doing research. This is coming from the research practice. And here are a couple of things that was said. Educators must deal with students at their own level, at their level. That means understanding your students. Do you know your students? Are they freshmen, are they sophomores, or are they seniors? Getting to understand them, get to know your students is what I'm encouraging. But you need to understand where each of your students are. Doing assessment is very important. And you must be in in-depth knowledge of the subject themselves. So if you had materials that's 30 years, you hadn't updated it, you're not meeting my expectations, you're not meeting the expectation of accreditation from ACBSP. 2 to 3 years, you need to stay current. You need to make sure you're bringing in that areas into research, bringing it into your classroom, and updating assessment tools. So if you're only doing quizzes and discussions, you're missing out improving your student learning outcomes. So, expectations. So, first of all, you need to have a strategy. That's what we call course design. Raise your hand if you had a formal class on curriculum design. I have had several. That's very important. You have a strategy. What is the strategy for your class? Uh, write that down. Communicate students upfront. You set expectations upfront high. That has also to do with class management. And we make adjustments. Don't be so rigid. I learned in my first year teaching, I was too rigid. Being flexible and being adjustable is very important. So, course objectives, you take the class, but I'm expecting in your syllabus, you need to tell me what is your objective for the course. Again, you can cheat. You can textbooks have that in there. What do you want the students to learn in the class? That is critical. I'm going to be looking for that. It's in the syllabus. Outcomes. When students finish this class, what are they going to learn? That is important. And in the syllabus template, I'm asking you to map out your assignments with the objectives. If your assignments don't meet objectives, you don't need to have them in there because you're wasting your student's time. You should be able to say, this is assignment is important, it meets that objectives. So tools, you need to make sure that you have the right kind of tools, your assessment tool. Again, everybody tries to do the quizzes. That's stale. That is not innovative. Example that for me for certifications, in most of the classes, the marketing classes and some business classes, students earn a certification. They have to take a test that challenges them, and it's meaningful. I can tie it into the NACE. NACE is the 8 critical elements that employers want. I do that. I also introduce simulations. So students get to learn hands-on. Again, hands-on is very important. Those elements are very important. Mapping it out and ask yourself, if I am a student, what am I getting out of it? That is the difference. That when I teach innovators, is that you got to think like the student looking at that. So that is important. So I'm just gonna unshare my screen. And I want to take some time. I'm gonna go through, got my little glasses on. I'm gonna go through the syllabus first and what I'm expecting on syllabus. What do you need to highlight, I gave you a syllabus template that I'm expecting everyone to use. But in saying that, there are some areas I give you flexibility as faculty, and I'm just going to go over that to save time. So what I'm expecting, again, looking at it, the opening, the first cover, your course number, your title, when the class meets, your credit hours, the last syllabus revision. So you making changes on the revision, make sure you number that, your contact information, department chair, if it's applicable, you put that down there. That's on page 1. So here's what's important. The second page is very important to me. Describe your class. What are the course objectives? What are you trying to get out of the class? Your learning outcomes. I think that's important. University vision and values. Meet your professor. Put something in there about yourself. I say have a post, have a photo. Just don't be stagnant. Textbook materials. Students need to know what the. I know we have is it Brightware or whatever, but listen, let the students know what you're doing. Rules. Next page is page 5. Rules of this class discussion, classroom guidelines and behavior. I couldn't paste that. That was you already done that, so you should have that. Attendance important. Academic integrity. So I have in here an AI policy. Last year, I introduced AI in all of my courses. I'm expecting each professor, whether you're an adjunct or you're a full-time professor, you need to have one assignment that is voted to AI, because at the end of the day, students need to have proficiency in that. In talking to a futurist, one of my colleagues, he mentioned that 60% of the employers expect students to have some kind of basic knowledge of AI, and we're going to do that. So I'm expecting that course, but I want you to put the policy down there. There are consequences if you. I like to use it. I let the students use it, and they need to declare it. Weather conditions, course grievance. I'm going to emphasize that. If faculty are not doing what they need to be doing, students have a process to contact the chairs or contact me. But I'm going to emphasize when I meet with the students, there's some things that faculties need to be doing. We all need to be accountable. The dean is accountable to the vice president of academic affairs. He's accountable to the president. The faculty are accountable to the dean. Okay. Assignments. Again, course, I want you to do a crosswalk of your assignments and how it aligns with the course objective. That is given. I want to see if you know that. I want to see if you've done the due diligence, the career readiness. I want that in there, and I want you to be able to crosswalk your assignments with the NACE. I want to see if it makes sense. Dr. Green, I'm in this class, it's wasting my time. And I'm gonna look it down there and see, well, yeah, the professor doesn't have anything in there, and I don't want to do that, okay? So showing you assignments, I think it's important, let the students know. And again, one of the things I do care about is the outline assignment units. I want to know what you're doing every week. What are you doing? I might want to come in and sit down there. Okay, sit down and watch. So that's important. In appendix, I do have appendix for dress code. I have that in there as a cheat sheet I got from one of my colleagues. Free to use that. That is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting. So if you got that old syllabus and you turn that in, you submit that like on the 18th, I think is when it's due. I'm going to send it back and say that's unacceptable. Let's do it again. Okay. And we are working on an electronic signature. So save time, me having to sign it. Everyone's going to upload your syllabi. You're going to upload your office hours. You're going to upload your VITA. So again, your VITA needs to be updated. Don't bring a 5-year-old syllabus VITA. We need to be practitioners. We need to be researchers. We need to be engaged in what's going on around the world. Okay. So if you're dean, I'm taking classes, I'm trying to read some books. I'm expecting that from you guys. So let's talk about what is expected for the upcoming semester. Let's look at that, and then we're gonna go to the house. So again, the emphasis is going to be on accreditation. Again, I put process in place. You're going to be tracked. If you have action, you're going to be tracked. That is going to be important. Accreditation is going to be critical. We're going to lose accreditation. I'm not saying that. And I'm not even focusing on we need to be recruiting students. We're going to be changing that, but we're going to be working on that. Again, we're looking at increased enrollment. The classes, we have the weather. I'm trying to consider that. What are the options? Moving people to different places. We have one professor not going to be here, so there's going to be some changes. I have some load issues. I'm going to be making some changes. I'm trying to let you know as soon as possible. We're going to be making some changes. You might be in a different room. There might be rooms that have not been used in the past. It's going to be used now. I'm just letting you know you got to be flexible. And I just want to let you know if everything happens, we're gonna see some new faces, faculty. We're gonna see new faces, new opportunities. Again, we're gonna try to uh, be the best that we can be. And again, there's some dates that's gonna be out there. I sent that. I'm gonna resend those. Again, reach out to me if you have any questions. It is a great time. Again, I believe we're gonna do some things that have never been done before. So we build on tradition. We don't throw the tradition away, but we gotta grow. We gotta have more. We gotta have new course offerings. We gotta have those in place. We gotta do some fundraising, and we gotta pull together. We're gonna have a great year. Again, I think the energy is important. We gotta be the kind of people that students want to come to. We're gonna be the number one school that students want to come to. And so I am so honored. I'm so blessed. And reach out to me. Somebody know y'all busy. Let's move forward. Let's make this a great, amazing semester. Dean Green, signing out, my friend.